What's good, YouTube? This is going to be a quick video on content sourcing. A lot of people in my last video were saying, where do I find these clips? How to get like eye-catching stuff, shit like that. Make a separate video on it. Two things right off the bat with content sourcing. You don't want to get claimed or hit with reused content. And these are two separate things. So like police cam stuff is public domain, which means that anybody can use it. The thing is though, although you might not get claimed when you post this, you can get hit with reused content if you don't transform it. Notice on this video, you see how there's captions and shit, like a bunch of zoom ins and edits. Basically, first 30 seconds, you need to make sure something's going on so you don't get hit with reused on long form. It's very similar with short form, but it's not like 30 seconds. It's just like the initial bit. If you really want to play it safe, you kind of need to be doing it over the whole thing. This video is on content sourcing though. Just keep it in mind. Running through it, your best bet is to never get it off of the platform you're posting to. So if you're posting to shorts, right here, you're posting to shorts, right? It's not a good idea to source off of shorts. If you source off of shorts, it's going to be in the content ID system. That means it's definitely not going to reward you. Like if you get it off the platform that it's already in the system of, it will flag it unless you have a new MP3 over the entire thing or visuals. You can get away with that generally with like captions, and there are some other editing techniques you can get it around that. So basically, long story short, don't get it off of YouTube if you're posting to shorts. For some reason, I don't know why this is, TikTok and Reels has all of the new stuff. If you go to Reddit, it's basically just a re-upload farm, and then X or Twitter is like, it's just like really shocking stuff. It's a ton of re-uploads, really shocking stuff though, and it's really hard to transform a lot of the content on X or Twitter. Reels is really good. It's kind of underrated, and TikTok will always be like gold standard in my opinion. Long story short, don't use Explore, don't use search. I know some in the comments going to be like, but why? Here's why. Explore, they're already all going to be blown up, and it's going to be mainly verified or big creators. You don't want to use these people. They're very likely to claim you, and also the coincidence is insane. Like when you start getting hit with claims and then getting hit with reused content, just steer clear. If you see a massive news brand, I'm talking Barstool, Daily Mail, ESPN, Bench Mob, all these people, all right? Steer clear. They're playing the exact same game as us, exact same game, using other people's content. When you're really massive, you can just skip the whole transformative content part. The bigger you get, the less rules you have to follow. And then for you is where you want to get it. If you do search, it's going to be just like outdated and really bad content. If I look up Insane Gym, this content is just ass. Like it really is. It's really hard to transform, and it's old. It's just a bad idea. So for you, basically just make a burner account. Can be fresh email, doesn't have to be aged or anything like that. You're going to be fed really broad content. If content is good and you want to source it, you're going to want to watch this shit twice and then like it. It's genuinely that simple. You don't need to comment, share, any of this other crap. Watch it twice and like it. You will start curating a feed of more of that content in real time, and it's going to be relatively recent content too. The game is getting to stuff before everybody else does, and then bringing it to another platform. The reason everybody brings it to YouTube is really simple. It just has the highest RPM. So your goal is literally, it's a game of speed. You got to get to stuff before other people get to it while it's on the come up. So if something has 10 million likes like it did in Explore, I mean, it could do good, but at the same time, it's way more likely to get claimed, and most people have probably already seen it. You're trying to find stuff that is good content on the rise that has not already blown up. You bring that over. That's generally how you start to get like the monsters on your channel. I'll go through this really quick and show you content that's generally going to be a better idea to use. Really eye-catching. So like if this is really eye-catching, you want to make sure, number one, is it a massive brand? Two, is it transformable? This is extremely transformable. It's like you can make a Reddit post, a Reddit AI voice story over this. You can make like commentary over this. So like next I'm going to do is I'm going to check, is it a massive brand? It is. It's a massive brand. So I would not use this. I'm going to keep going. Also, another thing, Insta scroll. If it's not good, you don't want to curate to the wrong stuff. That's really eye-catching. Honestly, dude, like that's extremely eye-catching. This is eye-catching for stuff that you'd want to put, like, again, Reddit stories, any of that with really long view durations. This is what this stuff is perfect for. This looks like a dropship channel. Yeah, so I mean, this would be fine to source from. Just put credit. This is good for the people niche. It's like some bullshit's about to be going down. You can and also captions are fine too. Like as long as you're like transforming it and the content itself's good, that's fine. It just needs to be eye-catching. This chick screaming, like she's coming out. There's a nice car. Slamming shit on the ceiling, like loud as fuck too. I don't know if you can hear it, it's loud as fuck, but like sounded like a gunshot, yapping up a storm. Like this is stuff that's generally going to perform really good. Like if you can source 20 of these crazy people, transform the content, one of them's going to go do better than the other. And it's generally not going to get like a few thousand views. It's going to get a few 100,000 or a few million, even on a fresh channel. I'm going to keep going. This is really good. The thing is though, verified, that's red flag number 1, check number 2. I'd probably pass. If it's a brand or business, dude, it's just really likely to claim or strike. It's just not worth it. I mean, that's some brain damage. If that's your brand, that's not what I mean. This is, and the thing is too, you can upload some brain damage and get like some really quick views. The RPMs are going to be terrible. I would look for more high quality stuff. Very likely to strike unless this is, I think I know who this is. Yeah, extremely likely to strike. Don't use this. Verified, don't use. Really eye-catching. Really good. Pretty boring after, not gonna lie. I think I said this before, don't use Daily Mail, Barstool, ESPN, like any of these big dogs. Don't use them. They're doing the same exact game, bro. Massive hypocrites. Same exact game. It's just like you can get away with shit if you're huge. Don't use them. Really eye-catching. Really eye-catching and interesting stuff. And this feed's relatively curated, so you gotta keep that in mind. This is extremely eye-catching. Like, it almost looks AI generated. It might be. I can't tell. I think it is actually. That's like a whole ass niche in itself though. Like if you make stories over this or like commentate, like Reddit stories actually would go crazy over that stuff. That's like some brain damage. Like that's some really good eye-catching stuff, dude. Like that's stuff that'll perform really well. You at them, you transform the content, and you upload one per day. It'll go crazy after a few months. This isn't great because it's like you don't really want to have the original over it, like the original commentary, and you can't really transform this. And if you don't have the original, it's going to do bad. This is not great. I can tell you immediately this would do good if you're doing a people commentary one. And I mean, yeah, it's just eye-catching. I would source this guy. Yeah, watch it twice, like it if you want more of this brain damage. Whatever you're niching down towards, that's what you want to watch twice and like. Really good. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, you can have this shit with like a fact or whatever, some bullshit. Another thing too, if you have a really good hook, dude, you can reuse that shit 100 times and have like a story on the back end, and you'd be amazed at how fast the channel grows with that. Another thing too, dude, like you can source this off of Reddit too. Like you can source this off of every single platform you have. It's just like, all right, who's gonna get to it first? Who's gonna get to it first and add something different? Like if nobody's done a story over this, if you do a story over it, that could do better. It's literally just a game of speed. And again, if there's not like any commentary or captions over it, it's going to be really good. You'd want to start this like maybe closer to when the action's going down on this video if you're going to use it. But the reason why, like, I think you understand, like the reason why this stuff does good, it's blown up already. It's relatively recent and it's not massive. Like those are the main criterias. And then if you're actually going to use it, just check, is this a massive brand? No, it's not. So don't be a dick. Like obviously source him and shit at whatever on TikTok and then just use it, dude. And then like transform it. That is your good content. Where people fall off is they don't do it for 30, 60, 90 days in a row. Like if you find one really good clip, it's a Merry fucking Christmas, but you have to do that day in, day out for like a few months and you will be amazed at how fast the channel grows. Like 100K is not shit on shorts. This pool has had like 1,000 fucking videos made about it. Very eye-catching. It's alright. This low quality stuff's gonna have a horrible RPM. And the reason why kids watch this shit, but like, dude, the RPMs are just trash on these low quality videos. Looks like a dropship product. I think it is. That could be an amazing reusable hook. This is really good. Dude, this type of shit is so good. If you do like a little bit of commentary, let this bullshit play, and then give like a little bit more commentary, it is like, it's just like, I haven't seen this on shorts anywhere. I mean, which is ironic because it's massively blown up and you wouldn't know that unless you're just like doing this. But I mean, yeah, like this is not a big brand. Like you can source, and again, it's just like, you're going to develop the eye with it over time if something's eye catching or not. And like, it's free to test it's like, it's not like it's like, oh, I gotta spend money to test a product. It's like, I'm testing a piece of content. I upload it. It's just my time. And if you run through this, like you will curate a feed really quickly, maybe through like 3-4 sessions, and you'll have like a whole ass feed based on a niche. And again, it's free. Like you don't need to pay for it. So like you can have I have multiple burners for different niches. Like it really is not that bad. Like that's super good. I mean, it's AI, but like, and like, again, I'm telling you, mix and match hooks. It does really good. Barstool. Also another thing, dude, if you want to see how this game's played, go to Barstool. They do the exact same game. They just skip the step of transforming the content because they have 50 million. Like there's no commentary on this stuff. Zero, nada, zilch, all of them, right? Like there's zero commentary on any of these. They do the exact same game. I would not source from these people. There's someone on payroll who will probably claim and strike you if you use this stuff, which ironically isn't even theirs. I mean, you can run it up if you want to, but like when it's done, it's done. But like, dude, it's literally a game of speed. It is a game of speed of getting to something before anybody else does and bringing it to a different platform. That is it. And I'm not going to yap up a storm. That is the game. It's easy as shit to say once you have a bunch of channels doing good and you can upload dog shit on a plate and it's going to get like 1 million views. Content sourcing is literally a game of speed. Am I going to get claimed? Like, what's the rate I'm going to get claimed? And then finding a niche. If you can find a niche, like you're way better putting your time and trying to find a niche nobody else has, or like a style of content that you can source that nobody else is sourcing, than uploading 4 or 5 videos a day. And that's the work smarter, not harder part. Obviously, great editing is going to help a ton too, but like that is content sourcing in a nutshell. Hope that helps you guys, and stay grinding if you're grinding. You come through. Peace.